Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, is erupting for the first time since 1984. Lava is flowing down the side of the volcano at a temperature of 1000 C, but experts say this does not yet pose a big threat to local inhabitants. How big is Mauna Loa? Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Mauna Loa, which means long mountain in Hawaiian, is the largest active volcano in the world. It covers 2,035 sq miles, 5,271 square kilometers, and is one of a chain of 5 volcanoes which form Hawaii's Big Island. This one volcano alone comprises half of the whole island. Mauna Loa's summit is 13,680 feet, 4,170 meters above sea level, but its base is on the sea floor. From there to the summit is 30,085 feet, 9,170 meters, making it taller than Mount Everest. Map of Hawaii archipelago showing Mauna Loa on southeasternmost island, Big Island. Why is Mauna Loa erupting? Plumes of superheated material called magma have been welling up underneath Mauna Loa and neighboring volcanoes from a hotspot deep within the earth. No one knows exactly why this hotspot exists, says Dr. Carmen Solana, a volcanologist at Portsmouth University, but it may be caused by the decay of radioactive material within the Earth's mantle. These plumes of magma formed the whole of the Hawaiian Islands. When Mauna Loa erupted, says Dr. Solana, magma first welled up in the caldera, the bowl-shaped pit at the summit of the volcano. Called Mokui'o, it covers an area of 6 sq miles, 15 square kilometers, and is 600 feet, 180 meters deep. Graph showing how volcanoes erupt. Magma then comes out in fountains from rifts, or fissures in the rock, on the side of the volcano. Some of these fountains are 40 m high. It flows down the mountainside as liquid lava, which has a temperature of 1000 C. Lava is also propelled into the air, some of which stretches into thin strands of glass called Pele's hair. Pele was the name of the goddess who was said to live on Hawaii, and the shards are wispy and browny gold in color, says Dr. Solana. World's largest active volcano erupts in Hawaii. Why is Mauna Loa's eruption important? Mauna Loa has erupted 33 times since 1843, the date of the first recorded eruption. On average, that it is one eruption every 5.5 years. However, the last eruption was almost 40 years ago. There have been some signs of magma welling up over the past 10 years, says Andrew Hooper, a professor of geophysics at Leeds University in the UK, but there has been no eruption until now. The current eruption on Mauna Loa is giving a new generation of scientists the chance to study how the volcano works, says Professor Hooper. Satellite image of lava flowing down the slopes of Mauna Loa. Image source, Maxar. Image caption: a satellite image of lava flowing down the slopes of Mauna Loa. It will be interesting for us to see where the magma is stored inside Mauna Loa, where it stays in between welling up from the Earth's mantle and coming out from the volcano's surface, he says. Is Mauna Loa's eruption dangerous? Unlike many volcanoes, Mauna Loa usually does not produce really explosive eruptions, in which plumes of ash and gas shoot high into the air. Instead, the lava flows at a fairly slow pace down the volcano's side. The lava flows are not life-threatening, says Professor Hooper, because you can get out of the way of them. Also, the lava is not going west down the volcano towards the closest towns, but to the northeast. It would have to travel quite a long way in that direction before doing serious damage to property. However, local people may be more at risk from the gases which Mauna Loa is emitting. Volcanic gases, including sulfur dioxide, react with moisture in the air to produce VOC, which is volcanic fog, says Dr. Solana. This could cause a problem to people downwind. It could irritate the eyes and cause breathing problems for some people. The local health authorities say that air quality is still good, but warn that it could get worse. If it does, local residents are advised to avoid outdoor activities and to stay indoors with doors and windows shut. What causes a volcano to erupt? Return to menu. A volcanic eruption is a means of releasing heat and pressure from beneath Earth's crust. In some cases, that happens when magma rises through boundaries between tectonic plates, such as around the Ring of Fire, a region prone to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions that lines the Pacific. In the case of Mauna Loa and Hawaii's other volcanoes, eruptions are the product of what's known as a hot spot, one where Earth's mantle is abnormally hot and molten rock rises toward the surface because it's less dense and therefore more buoyant than solid rock. What type of volcano is Mauna Loa? Return to menu. Mauna Loa is what's known as a shield volcano, formed by repeated fluid lava flows that tend to give the volcano a gently sloping, rounded profile like that of a shield. That is where Mauna Loa gets its name. It means long mountain in Hawaiian. HAT is in contrast to composite volcanoes like Mount Hood in Oregon, Mount Rainier in Washington, or Mount Fuji in Japan that have what to many is a more classic volcano shape, with tall, steep sides created by repeating layers of lava flows, volcanic ash, and cinders, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Is Mauna Loa dangerous? Eruptions from Mauna Loa can be dangerous, especially if they send lava spewing down the volcano's western slope, volcanologists said. That side of the mountain is steep enough that lava flows can reach populated areas within hours. If the current Mauna Loa eruption continues for long enough, and if lava flows are voluminous enough, the current eruption could still prove dangerous. Lava could reach the outskirts of Hilo, a populous area on the eastern side of Hawaii Island, within perhaps a week, said Ken Hahn, scientist in charge of the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory. Hopefully it will have relatively minor effects on residents and visitors to the island, Hahn said. Explosive eruptions are rare at Mauna Loa, but not unheard of. There hasn't been one since 1843, according to USGS, but geologists have found evidence of at least 4 explosive eruptions over the past millennium. Eruptions can also be associated with earthquakes and tsunamis. In 1868, a tsunami and landslides associated with an eruption killed 77 people, according to the National Park Service. Hawaii officials said they don't believe there is an elevated risk of earthquakes tied to Sunday's eruption. How many active volcanoes are there? Return to menu. Mauna Loa is one of 6 active volcanoes in Hawaii that rose from the Pacific Ocean floor over the past 70 million years. Of these, one is an underwater volcano yet to rise above the ocean surface. It is among about 160 active or potentially active volcanoes USGS monitors around the United States, mostly along the west coast and the southern Alaskan coast. And around the globe, there are about 1,350 active or potentially active volcanoes on land, about 500 of which have erupted during the past century, according to USGS. Mauna Loa is the largest active volcano on Earth, at 13,680 feet above sea level and more than 56,000 feet from its peak to its underwater base, according to USGS. Its volume is estimated to be some 18,000 cubic miles. Tamu Massif, an underwater structure discovered in the Pacific east of Japan in 2013, was thought to be Earth's largest volcano by far. It covers 120,000 square miles, compared with Mauna Loa's 2,000 square mile footprint, scientists said in announcing its discovery. But research published in 2019 said Tamu Massif isn't actually a volcano, as scientists previously thought, but instead an unusual and exceptional buildup of oceanic crust at the junction of 3 ocean ridges. There is no rule of thumb to dictate when it's time for lava to start flowing. While Mauna Loa had not erupted since 1984, its close neighbor on the Big Island, Kilauea, has been erupting routinely over the same period, with its current eruption ongoing since September 2021. A volcano erupts somewhere on Earth about once a week, on average, according to USGS. At Mauna Loa, there have been signs that flow into the volcano's magma chamber has been increasing over the past 20 years, said Falk Aimlong, a professor at the University of Miami who has studied the volcano. And a spate of small earthquakes that began in September indicated that magma began pushing its way through rock. By Sunday night, it had nowhere else to go, Aimlong suggested. The pressure got so much, it ruptured the magma chamber and came to the surface.